Whether it's a shadow lurking beneath or mysteries waiting to be discovered, our rivers aren't as simple as they might seem. Giants from ancient folklore and discoveries that will leave you thoroughly unsettled. Let's find out the truth behind some of the strangest river discoveries that shocked everyone.
What in the world you all? We gonna get you out this water.
In the middle of a rough ride, there's no warning of what would unfold. A guy on his ATV, making his way through Gum Hill, thought it was just another ride until something massive caught his eye. Standing tall in the woods, about 7 feet high, a creature covered in black fur appeared, walking casually as if it owned the place. Without missing a beat, he pointed it out and caught it on camera. The legendary Bigfoot. Imagine the rush. One moment you are just riding along, and the next you are face to face with something straight out of legend. It leaves you wondering what else might be hiding in those woods. Ontario Mystery. A group of tourists were out on a boat, filming the serene beauty of an Ontario lake. But when they later re-watched the footage, something unbelievable appeared. On the shore, there stood a large, brown creature almost blending into the background. At first, it stood still, but then it slowly moved into the trees, vanishing into the forest. They had captured something incredible, a Sasquatch in their lake video. It was a shocking discovery, hidden in what seemed like an ordinary day. Michigan legend. Did you catch that video from Cass River in Michigan? It's been making waves online. At first, it showed a peaceful river, but then something strange appeared, a figure in the water, moving like a person, but not quite right. People quickly pointed out that it looked a lot like Bigfoot. Yeah, the Bigfoot. Some thought it was a prank, while others seriously believed it could be the real thing. What if Bigfoot had been hanging out there all along? That'd be totally wild. But the video sure left a lot of people questioning what they saw. Mystery at Wild Horse Lake. Back in 2016, a man was casually filming a vlog at Wild Horse Lake, Oregon. Things took a strange turn. While he was focused on recording, his friends spotted something in the background that made them pause. A black, furry creature suddenly emerged from the water and quickly moved towards the hills. At first, it seemed like a bear, which wouldn't be surprising since black bears often roam the mountains. But something about this creature was different. Locals had always whispered about sightings of Bigfoot in this area, and this sighting fits the description. Digging deeper into those old rumors, this encounter added even more weight to the legend. Unseen hunter. We've all heard the stories about strange creatures watching in the woods, but what if you came across a video that shook things up online? That's exactly what happened with this clip from a Florida swamp in 2015. A large, dark figure was seen moving confidently through the trees, giving off serious Bigfoot vibes. It wasn't just strolling around either. It looked like it was hunting, maybe even looking for a meal. The way it blended into the swampy surroundings was strange, and before anyone could react, it slipped away into the forest. This kind of footage really makes you wonder what's hiding out there in the swamps. Bigfoot might just be out there, living its life in the wild. Otherworldly over the river. A normal river among the green hills was suddenly interrupted by a mysterious movement. A perfect circular ripple appeared on the water's surface. It wasn't just wind, as this was different, more precise. Was it the emergence of a UFO? There it was, leaving behind a swirling pattern in the water. The river was the last place you'd expect a UFO sighting, but here we have it. A moment that might just make you believe in the extraordinary. If this footage turns out to be real, then I think we've got bigger problems at hand. White floating creature. At first glance, this footage might look like a strange white dog face strangely floating in the water. But upon closer inspection, it becomes clear that it's actually the head of a seal, with the rest of its body mysteriously missing. It seemed like this poor seal might have fallen victim to a shark ambush. Sharks often do that, leaving behind gruesome injuries. That would explain why only the head remained, right? Well, not quite. Here's the twist. Turns out, this wasn't a real seal at all. The features were actually drawn on with a marker, making it just a prop. Wild, right? Dementor look-alike. People spotted this shadowy figure floating in the river, and it really caught them off guard. It looked creepy, almost like a dementor from Harry Potter. Those dark, hooded figures that bring dread. The sight instantly reminded folks of those old tales, like the naiads from Greek mythology, who lived in rivers, or the banshees from Irish folklore, who were said to show up before bad things happened. But on closer look, maybe it wasn't a fantasy creature at all. The fact that the video was uploaded anonymously is an addition to the suspense. What if one of those old river spirits was actually what they saw? It will definitely make you think twice about being near the water. Black creature.
Apa niya Bang Jepe?
Check this out. Some locals dived into a river after they noticed a mysterious black creature at the water's edge. They grabbed a net, hoping to catch a closer look at whatever was lurking there. As the creature moved deeper, the locals followed, eager to discover more. Even when a couple of them tried to catch it by hand, it slipped right out of their grasp. But finally, they caught it. It's quite the puzzle. What could that dark figure be? A strange river animal or something else? What's your guess?
Coba pulang aja. Nanti kalau nggak diamanin, banyak anak kecil juga bahaya.
Unusual creature. Have you ever noticed something that did not seem to belong in the water? Check out this curious sight from Arunachal Pradesh. Some onlookers initially thought they might be looking at colugos, a type of gliding mammal, floating in the river. But colugos on water? That's strange. As they observed more closely, the idea shifted towards a group of creatures, possibly peach blossom jellyfish gently bobbing along. However, since these jellies are rarely seen in such settings, it leaves room for doubt. For now, it seems this mystery will remain part of nature's mystery box. Legendary monster. At a Canadian lake, something out of the ordinary happened. A person stood at the edge of a dock, filming the peaceful waters, when a dark, massive shape appeared beneath the surface. It moved silently, creating ripples that disturbed the calm. The sight instantly sparked curiosity and whispers of the legendary Ogopogo, Canada's very own lake monster, started going around. The sheer size and smooth movement of the creature left many convinced they might have just witnessed a rare appearance of the mythical beast. Spooky creature. In a strange twist during an archery session in an Indonesian forest, a group of friends spotted a spooky creature emerging from the swamp by the river. It was all covered in mud, having a body covered with hay. They walked closer to see it better, and the creature moved toward the bridge that led from the swamp into the forest. As the creature tried to interact, the tension rose until it suddenly dove into the water and vanished. This wasn't just any muddy animal blending in. It might have been something mysterious, and we have no idea what it could be. Mysterious shadow. A lakeside video has gone viral and stirred up a lot of conversation. A large shadow appears in the water directly behind a swimming girl in the video. It looks kind of mysterious and huge, almost like those stories you hear about the Loch Ness Monster. The swimmers noticed it and quickly swam away, which shows they were pretty freaked out. Was it some unknown creature watching in the lake, or just a big fish, or some driftwood? Everyone's trying to figure out what's hiding in the lake after seeing that footage. Duck hunter.
Here we go.
Two duck hunters in Florida got more than they bargained for during a trip to a swamp near Leesburg. While aiming for ducks, they spotted a massive alligator making its move. The hunters caught the whole scene on video and shared it on the internet. The video shows the alligator sneaking up on a duck and grabbing it, leaving the guys watching from a distance totally shocked. One of them mentioned that the gator was around 13 feet long and was stealing ducks before the hunters could get them from the water. It was truly a wild encounter in the swamps of Florida.
Number 2 of the day.
Genetic diversity. Locals in China were shocked and intrigued to see such an unusual creature in a river. It looked almost like a cross between an alligator and a snake, with a long body and a reptile-like face. Its unusual appearance had people wondering what it could be. Sometimes, animals look different due to genetic changes. Certain mutations can alter how their bodies form or behave, making them stand out. Could this creature be the result of such a mutation? Nature has a way of surprising us. And this might just be one of those moments. Ghostly animal. Ah! During a casual nighttime stroll along a river bridge, a boy spotted an unusual movement in the water. A white creature glided gracefully through the dark waters. The creature, with its elongated body and flowing whiskers, resembled an oarfish, an animal typically found deep in the ocean, rarely seen near the surface. However, the uncertainty surrounding the video has left many wondering. Whether it was an actual oarfish or something else remains unknown, but the eerie sight has certainly left a lasting impression on those who witnessed it. Ah! Lake monster. A calm day at a lake in Russian Siberia suddenly became much more interesting when a mysterious shape started moving in the cold water. At first, it was just a dark shadow beneath the surface, gliding slowly. But as it got closer, it became clear this wasn't just any ordinary fish. The ripples from its movement spread across the lake, making everyone watching wonder what was lurking below. Captured on camera by locals, the creature slowly sank back into the depths, and the lake returned to its usual calm. Locals have always talked about the Labankier Devil, their version of the Loch Ness Monster. This might have been that famous lake monster. Ghost babies.
Tuh, lagi makan kan? Iya bang.
A group of boys with flashlights in hand approached the riverbank late at night. Their beams caught sight of two small black figures already by the water. These eerie shapes crawled slowly, resembling ghostly babies from folklore, much like the kappa. A mischievous water spirit from Japanese folklore is known as the river child for its home in rivers and lakes. Without a sound, the creatures crossed the river and disappeared into the trees on the far side. The boys were left shaken, unable to explain what they had just witnessed. Their unsettling appearance didn't match any known animal. The sight left everyone puzzled, and honestly, I'm just as confused as they were.
Ini lari kemana dia?
Half appeared. A man was calmly boating down the river, completely unaware of the shocking surprise that awaited him. As he reached the middle of the river, he suddenly felt a strange presence beneath the water. Quickly grabbing his phone, he began recording. Through the water, a creature slowly emerged, not fully, but enough to offer a glimpse of its body. Its skin had patterns and colors similar to those of a turtle, yet it was far too large, and its shape was unlike anything familiar. Whatever this creature was, it seemed beyond explanation, totally unknown. Strange sighting.
Check it out. It's an octopus swimming through a creek. Now, experts tell Fox 13 News it shows a full-grown male octopus. This video...
While walking by Donkey Creek, a man came across an unexpected and rare sight. A fully grown octopus moving through the narrow creek waters. It's not something you'd expect to see in a mix of fresh and salt water, as octopuses usually live deep in the ocean. Captured on video, this strange moment left both locals and experts in surprise. Here is was the weirdest part. An expert explained that it's incredibly rare to find octopuses out in the open like this, as they are secretive creatures. This sighting stands out as one of those extraordinary moments where nature surprises you when you least expect it.
It's pretty rare to see full-grown octopus. They are reclusive, they are secretive, and though to come across one at any stage of its life is pretty remarkable.
River ghost. Two young fishermen, eager to confront the spooky rumors they'd heard for years, decided to test their luck one night. They ventured to the river, determined to catch a glimpse of the Hantu Sungai, the fabled river ghost. As part of the old belief, they brought a chicken as an offering, hoping to lure the creature out. The night was still when the water suddenly began to stir. A white, haunting face emerged just above the surface, followed by a long, clawed hand reaching toward the chicken. The boys froze in terror, clutching the chicken, as the ghostly figure slipped back into the murky water, leaving them shaken and speechless. River creature. What seemed like an ordinary boating trip, tourists were in for a shock as the calm river suddenly gave way to something far stranger beneath the surface. Without warning, a massive, dark figure emerged from the depths, its long body creating ripples that disrupted the peaceful water. This bizarre sight left everyone on edge, unsure of what they had just witnessed. The image quickly made its way online, fueling speculation. Could it be again one of those river monsters, or just some big fish? While no one has confirmed what it truly was, this sighting has only deepened the mystery, keeping people guessing again. Sea serpents, real or myth? Ever wondered where those wild sea serpent stories come from? Believe it or not, they have a real-world connection. Sea snakes, which are found in the Indian Ocean and southern Pacific, can grow up to 9 feet long. Pretty big, right? It makes sense that such magnificent animals would become the stuff of legends. Even though some sea snakes are poisonous, most people are not in much trouble from them. Real creatures, mythical beasts, or just sea snakes? The mystery is still waiting to be uncovered. Shocking discovery. A group out on a fishing trip came across something unexpected. The fishermen, thinking they'd hooked a massive fish, set out with confidence, sure they were in for a big catch. But as they began to record and prepare themselves, they quickly realized this was no ordinary fish. Emerging from the water was something far bigger and stranger, a muljawonk. This manfish hybrid with scaled hands and sharp claws stood as a fearsome figure in local folklore. What was meant to be a typical fishing trip turned into a rare and unforgettable encounter with an unexpected creature. Bigger than duck. A dock worker in China captured something truly strange on video, and it's stirring up curiosity. A mysterious sea creature was seen swimming against the tide, using its long, ridged tail to push through the water. When compared to the dock, it looked to be around 10 feet long. The way it moved had people wondering, could this be some deep sea creature? While no one's entirely sure yet, experts believe it could be a large fish or eel that's rarely spotted near the surface. Keep yourself focused. Maybe next time, you will be the witness. Old stories. There have been legends of a huge lake serpent named Selma for centuries, said to exist in the deep waters of Lake Seljord in Norway. But in 2012, a 17-year-old girl filmed something that got everyone talking. A massive serpentine-like creature with multiple bumps down its back can be seen swimming through the lake in the video. It's one of the most convincing pieces of footage yet, and it's brought the Selma legend back into the spotlight. For over 250 years, people have been spotting this creature, but this video feels like the closest anyone's come to proving it. Could the old stories actually be real? Keep your cameras ready. Who knows what else might pop up? Debris or animal? When the tourists first saw the strange sight in the water, it looked like a hand with fingers reaching out. The fingers were positioned so oddly that it immediately caught their attention. At first, they thought it was just debris or some rocks shaped in a weird way, perfectly aligned to look like a hand. But then things got strange. It started moving against the current. That made it even more confusing. It could have been an aquatic animal, maybe an otter, with parts of its body breaking the surface, creating a hand-like shape. But the way it moved, no one could figure it out. It definitely left them puzzled. White slime. In Nebraska, experts came across something odd in a quiet swamp. At first, it just looked like a floating branch or some debris moving through the water. But on closer inspection, it became clear that this strange object was moving all on its own. If it's truly some form of living white slime, science might just have a new research topic. Some experts suggested it could be part of a decaying creature still reacting, while others thought it might be a rare type of water mold. Spooky encounter. Two friends, unaware of the dark rumors surrounding the lake, decided to head out to the lake. As one took a small boat out, something strange happened. A small fire sparked in the water, and then a man felt a jerk in the boat. He turned and saw the red-faced witch attached to the boat back. In panic, the man struck it with the green scarf, and the witch vanished into the water. But before they could catch their breath, a pale figure resembling Chetapi from Indian legends was spotted on the rocky shore, on knees, and watching them silently. Realizing these ancient creatures might be more than just stories, they hurried back. The rivers are getting crazier now. Unidentified amphibian. A strange creature was spotted floating in a river, and people online couldn't stop talking about it. The pale, slim creature with a dark head looked like something out of a sci-fi movie, and many thought it might be an alien amphibian. At the same time, someone related it to the white gecko, and people started comparing the two. It might be a mutation or a gecko. Let's wait for the experts to find out. Unique turtle.
Just that snatcher mix. You know you want it.
The person who recorded this strange scene by the water couldn't believe what they were seeing. Unsure of what this pale, long-faced creature could be, they sent the footage to marine experts for analysis. After examining the video, experts identified the creature as a soft-shell white turtle. They are known for their light, cream-colored undersides and their smooth, almost leathery appearance. While initially looking mysterious, people assumed it was simply one of nature's fascinating creations.
What in the world you all? We gonna get you out this water.
River hump. Something big moved beneath the water, creating large ripples with every shift. Only a hump was visible, but the way the water swirled made it clear this was no small creature. Netizens must be wondering if it was a real river dragon, but a dragon in this era. How? The size of the ripples alone showed this creature was massive. Whatever it was, it disappeared back into the depths. And if it truly was a river dragon, the government might be hiding another truth from the world. Weird snorkels. A tourist in a safari park came across something unique. As his camera panned over the river, something strange caught attention. At first glance, it was hard to tell. The way the object floated along the current made it seem like some unknown creature. But upon closer inspection, it became clear that these were trunks rising above the water's surface. Yes, they were elephants. These massive animals were skilled swimmers, enjoying the river while their trunks acted like natural snorkels. What seemed like a mystery at first turned into a captivating sight of elephants swimming gracefully in the water. Mysterious creature swimming. In the calm river waters, a huge black shadow lingered just below the surface. At first, it seemed almost peaceful, blending into the murky depths. But then, out of nowhere, the creature made a sudden splash, almost like it was taking a breath. The water erupted violently, showing just how massive this thing was. Instead of swimming off, it stayed right there, a dark shape looming ominously. It didn't move, as if it were enjoying its own frightening presence. What could it be waiting for? The thought alone is scary enough to make anyone's heart race. Hidden monster.
Weird though, dude.
During a paddle boat tour, tourists were suddenly struck by an unsettling sight. The water began swirling violently, and although the creature didn't surface, its force was undeniable. The waves grew larger, slashing the water as if something huge lurked just below. The river's current became unpredictable, as if the massive being was intentionally making its presence felt. Without even seeing the full form, the tourists knew they were close to something scary. The river monster's power was clear. It didn't need to emerge to send a message.
What the
Danger in jungle.
Oh my god, I've just found the coolest thing ever.
The Amazon River has been famous for big giants, but this time, the reptile has made its entry. A guy exploring the thick jungle stumbled upon a big green anaconda lying in a small stream. Over 5 meters long, this massive creature was rarely seen in such a narrow spot. Usually, these powerful predators hide in swamps or slow-moving rivers, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Anacondas are masters of ambush, wrapping themselves around their prey, squeezing tightly until the animal can't breathe. Known as the world's heaviest snake, they can weigh up to 250 kilograms. This encounter was a rare glimpse of one of Amazon's true giants.
We staked out the area with cameras, but unfortunately, by the next day, shit slipped away.
Dreadful encounter. What began as a simple fishing trip quickly became a terrifying experience. As the boat drifted in the middle of the river, things began to feel off. The water that had been calm moments before suddenly started shifting. The man, sensing something strange, pulled out his camera and edged closer, hoping to catch whatever was causing the disturbance. Then, without warning, the surface exploded with massive splashes. The creature never fully showed itself, but the chaos in the water told the story. Whatever was lurking beneath had turned the quiet river into a scene of suspense. It might be some sort of river monster. Black gar.
Oh my god.
A fishing day on the river took a wild turn when a fisherman felt an unexpected pull on his line. As he tugged at his fishing stick, the water erupted in a violent splash. At first, he thought it was just a big fish, but the way it thrashed was anything but not normal. Water splashed everywhere as the creature fought hard against the line, making the fishing a wild adventure. And then, with a final struggle, the creature surfaced. It was a black alligator gar, a fierce, ancient predator with sharp teeth, turning this ordinary fishing trip into a heart-pounding encounter.
Oh my god.
A snake? From a distance, a man zoomed in on the river, noticing something big moving through the water. The only thing that was visible at first was a large splash. The slender, smooth shape gilded silently, barely showing itself, but enough to make it clear that this was no ordinary fish. It looked like a huge snake, maybe even a sea serpent. As it approached the shore, the creature's long, snake-like body became more visible before it sank beneath the surface and vanished into the depths. Although people have speculated what it could be, a snake or some unknown creature, the true identity of the clip has remained a mystery. Mystery in the city park.
We looked into the water and saw a mysterious serpent-like creature. It's nothing I've ever seen before.
What would you do if you were strolling through a peaceful park and suddenly spotted a strange thing in the water? That's exactly what happened to visitors at New Orleans City Park recently. A mysterious, scaly creature with a red, swishing tail was seen gliding through the lagoon, sparking confusion and curiosity. This creature was much larger, weaving through the water in a strange way. Some speculate it's a genetically modified creature, possibly released into the park's waters, while others can't help but wonder, has New Orleans found its own Loch Ness monster? Whatever it was, the mystery left everyone baffled and eager for answers.
It was quite long. It was swishing around aimlessly and hanging out on the surface a lot longer than a normal fish would hang out.
Mystical river sighting. In the stream, a weird being drifted along, immediately grabbing the attention of a local. At first, It looked like a snake or some mysterious creature gliding through the water. Its long, slim shape had people watching closely, thinking they were seeing something incredible. But as it floated closer, the mystery faded. It wasn't a creature at all, just a snakeskin, shed, and being carried away by the current. What started as a bit of excitement turned into a reminder that nature can surprise us in the most unexpected ways, even with something as simple as old skin. River mystery. As the boat moved through the tunnel, the group was laughing, unaware of the strange presence nearby. A dark, hair-like figure floated in the water, quietly caught on camera, but no one noticed at the time. Later, when they looked at the video, they saw the shadowy figure following their boat. There's an old story about a girl who drowned in this river, and people say she became a witch, still wandering the waters. Was it really her, silently trailing behind them the whole time? River soul. A man recently posted a video showing this shadowy figure by the river, and it's causing chaos online. The video owner claimed it could be an alien, which got everyone talking. How could it be an alien? Well, I've got an answer. This shadowy presence actually aligns more with folklore about river spirits or souls waiting by the water, like Japan's Sanzu River, where lost souls linger. The idea of an alien might seem exciting, but the eerie movement and location make it feel more like something out of ancient legends. Sometimes the truth might be hidden in the stories we've heard for generations. Mythical being. By the rocky shore, an unusual sighting caught everyone's attention. A gray creature, barely visible, splashing quietly in the shallow water. Its sleek, smooth skin reflected the light, adding to the mystery. At first, it seemed like just another creature of the river, until a tail flicked briefly from the water. It wasn't just any tail. It was long and smooth, more fish-like than anything else. That one glimpse was enough to stir whispers about mermaids. Maybe the stories weren't just tales after all. Open discussion. Something unusual caught the attention of a group exploring the area. Standing in the middle of the river was a large, dark figure, unmistakable with its bulky frame and covered in hair. The figure seemed at ease, enjoying the water without a care in the world. It looked eerily similar to a Sasquatch. Though usually associated with forests, here it was, out in the open, moving slowly in the river. The sight left everyone stunned as they watched the folklore being in reality. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.